Hey UTV Boondockers. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about UTV soundbars. In particular, this one from Ehaho. They sent this to me to review, and overall, it's really nice. There's a lot of options out there when you're looking for these things. So it's really nice to have someone kind of get one out of the box, take a look at it, see what the capabilities are. Does it sound nice? Does it mount up nice? That's what this video is all about. So we're going to go through the entire process, unboxing it. We're going to look at all the hardware. We're going to mount it up and talk about all those different options and the features of this. So overall, this is IP66 waterproof, right? Which is perfect for what we do. It gets dirty, it gets muddy. Now there are 2 subwoofers, one in each end, and then there's 4 mids and 2 tweeters in this. It sounds really nice. There's a lot of neat features with the lights and so on, and it's about 26.5 inches long and 4.5 inches wide. So it fits nice in pretty much any machine that you'd want. So again, stay tuned. We're going to talk about this. We're going to look at all the features that it has, and hopefully it'll help you make a decision. All right, so let's open this up, take a peek at it. See what we got. Solid packaging. Accessory box. This contains wires, mounting brackets, hardware. A couple different bracket styles in here, some wiring, zip ties, those are handy, and of course a remote control with this. Fuses, yeah, this comes with, looks like everything you need. Set these aside. Yeah, 3. Speakers, all of the Bluetooth controls there up top for the mounts. Very nice. All right, well, let's get into the install. All right, so once the soundbar is unboxed, it's actually a very nice high quality soundbar. It does have, for mounting, a couple different options. So these here, they slide and adjust up to a 2-inch bar. They do fit the round bar on a general if you have a 4-seater right in the middle. So this is one mounting option, and the way this works is these little bolts here go through these holes and they mount up in the very top. You can mount it here or here, and you have these other 2 for the other side. So you have a couple different mounting options for width. So they also give you these are very thick rubber that'll go over the bars to protect them. And then you've got these 4 bolts here which will go through to adjust, and all of these are Allen heads. They do give you an Allen wrench to go along with it. Now your other mounting option is to use these. I'm not sure why they gave you 4. I suppose you could put them together, but the bolt doesn't seem to be long enough. But at any rate, these you can mount right here on the end, and then there's a hole. So they could be mounted this way, or turn them in this way, so you can mount them on a flat surface. If you do go with this route, they do give you these flexible silicone spacers that are contoured to fit right in there, and then these bolts here will go right in the end, and you could use those. So other options, I'm not sure what all these are for, but probably some other mounting options you could have. These are probably for use with the 1-inch. You could use these for larger ones if need be, using these mounts. So let's talk about wiring. So this has a very unique way to wire it up. A lot of these you just hardwire them in, but the option they give you is this that'll go into a 12-volt lighter socket, which is pretty cool. And they give you a fair bit of wire. So these standard connectors, which I've seen these on like battery tenders and so on. I'm sure on Amazon you could find some of these if you wanted to extend this, but you just plug it in, and then this could go right into that 12-volt socket. So I like that because let's say you have a couple machines or something else you want to put it in, you could take it with you. You know, makes it a little bit portable. Granted, you'd have to unhook it from its mount, but that's kind of a neat option. They also give you this here. That's the female end, and you could wire it up to something. Now, the amount of wire they give you may not stretch across the whole machine, So you're also given some wire here, so you could go ahead and splice it in and hardwire this in. And they give you a connector here, which I've never seen one of these before, but you just sort of lift those up, push the wires in both ends, and kind of like a butt connector. At any rate, whenever you're working with wiring, it's always good to go and order some extra wire. I'll put a link in the description, obviously, for this, but I'll also put a link in the description for some extra wiring that I buy just to keep on hand for projects that I have. It's always a good idea. Last, we have some zip ties for the wiring to hold them down. It does come with a remote control. It is a Bluetooth connectivity, but there's also some other neat things you can do with it. So, and along with the instructions here, it's pretty simple to follow right along. So what I'm going to do is probably mount this up, show you how I'm going to mount it, and then get it hooked up. I'm probably just going to use this for now, that way I can move it around if I wanted to. And then we'll go over the sound and some of the things you can do with the control in the app. So stay tuned. So as far as the mounting and the power, all I did is I ran that 12-volt connector and just ran it up in some zip tie and ran it down for now. This way it gives me an option to unplug it, use it somewhere else if I want to, which is really nice. But it doesn't get in the way of my mirror. There's no interference whatsoever, so that's really nice. But again, I ran the wire down and plugged it into my 12-volt in my center console there, but you can wire it up any way you want. You can actually wire it right through inside of here. There are holes. I have some things in there popping out of right here. It might be a little hard to see that, but that's another way to do it. You can wire however you like if you want to make it permanent, but wiring was actually pretty easy. All right, so the controller is pretty easy to use once you get it all set up. It's got the major buttons that you'd need: power, the Bluetooth. It's even got a pairing button. I just use the pairing button right on the speaker itself, but you can go ahead and change your volume. You can change the tracks. You can pause it, play it again. And then the LEDs, you have a bunch of different options for that. When you push the plus and minus, it'll just switch through the different modes. Some are solid colors. Some roll through the different colors for you automatically. I'm just flipping through some of these to show you. It's actually pretty cool and quite bright. I didn't turn the lights off in here, but yeah, it's pretty bright. One of the nice features though that I like to show you is the chase lights in the back here. So those are pretty cool. Imagine you're going down a dusty trail, someone's behind you and they need to see you. This does pretty good. It's pretty bright. You can actually see it from back of the machine here. So yeah, not too shabby. So overall, I'm very pleased with this. A special shout out and thank you to Ehaho for sending this off to me. I really like it. I'll enjoy it, and you'll see this in future videos. Hopefully this will entertain my friends and I and the family on our trips. And in close, I think what I'll show you quickly here is all these buttons on the front of it. So you can see these okay. There's the power button. You push the Bluetooth and it'll flash blue so you can pair up to it. Super easy. It's all in the manual. Volume, pause, play, changing tracks, and then here's the buttons you could use for all of the different lights. Very easy. It sounds really nice, especially when it's right behind you here. You actually have to turn it down a bit. It's pretty loud. And it lights up and looks really cool. So I definitely give it a thumbs up. So in addition to those other features, you can actually flip this little cover. It's a little bugger to get out, which helps keep it waterproof. But inside of there, you can put an auxiliary port in there for an external thing, or you could use a USB and put in some music you might have on a USB stick. That's another option for connectivity. So thanks for taking time to watch today, and I hope this helps with all those decisions you have out there. Seeing one all hooked up and how it's wired sure does help. So thanks again for watching. Have a great day.